Hey, what's up guys? Grady here, bringing you my first ever Halo 4 full gameplay. Now, ironically enough, we did start off with a huge lead, and unfortunately we did lose this one. You're probably wondering why I decided to go ahead and post it anyway, and I'll tell you. It's because overall, as individual players, we did okay. I know it was just Battle Broski, Dark Reaper, and myself playing. We had two randoms without microphones. We couldn't really get organized or set up, and it just seemed like the opponents were spawning. They were getting some good spawns, and they were just zerging the shit out of us. I know there were a couple moments in there where I could have probably been more aggressive and tried to get the objective and pull the objective out, but there was always somebody there that I knew was there that would have just popped out and shot me in the ass, and I wouldn't have gotten credit for anything. I wouldn't have gotten a kill. I would have just been raped. So instead, I just focused on map control, trying to get kills and trying not to let them get too far ahead of us. And it didn't work out towards the end, and I just have to blame that on communication, guys. Communication and the fact that this was within the first 2 days of us playing this game, within the first 2 days of release. So don't hate on us, guys. We've actually gotten a lot better, and I know that this was actually my very first oddball loss. I have to admit, we are not the greatest oddball players, not the greatest objective players. I think our strong suit would be Slayer Pro or Infinity Slayer. Outside of that, I think objective is fun. We get a lot of kills, but we're not organized enough to consistently win. I think objective will probably win about 60 to 70% of the time, and or maybe more. I guess it depends on if we have a full pre-made or not. And I know with Slayer we win over 90% of the time, so I would say Slayer's our strong suit. Now I've noticed there has been some bugginess with the matchmaking system. I know that whenever you get a free win because the other team disconnects, or whatever, the host changes, or whenever you get that little screen that says, hey, there was a network issue when finding matchmaking. Well, instead of it just not counting as a match, or instead of you getting like a win or something like that, it counts as a disconnect, which ironically enough is an automatic loss. Now you look at your service record in game, and it will actually sit there and say, hey, you've played such amount of games. And ironically enough, if you look back at, let's say, a Halo Waypoint, and you actually look at your completed matches, you'll find that the total matches played is far higher than what you've actually done, and that's because of the disconnects that have been going on. So I'm hoping that 343 actually corrects this, and to be honest, this game is great. I love it, and that's actually the only blemish on it, from my perspective. Now, I'm just hoping that here in the near future they add a few more playlists, maybe a few more loadouts, and I think the game will be perfect. So if you guys haven't thought about getting this game, I recommend getting it. It's awesome. It's a new feel. Yes, there's a lot of nostalgia from, using the battle rifle and some of the other old school weapons. And yes, there is a partial reach feel to this, but with the map movement, the textures, everything of that nature, this is actually a very, very spectacular game. So if you doubted yourself, don't doubt yourself. Go out and get the game. It's awesome. Got like 1 million people playing right now. I guess I'll see you guys in game, and I'll be producing some more gameplays in the future. Later, guys.
Interception. Your team dropped the ball. Enemy nearing victory. minutes remain.